Oh, hey there, little car racers. They're gonna have a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe review. But first, let's talk about this thing beside me is my rating system, and it is that I take 5 categories depending on the subject in hand, and then rate every one of them out of 10, then combine them together to get something out of 50. After all that shit jam before the review, I wanna clarify that I didn't play all Mario Kart games, or even the ones that people loved. Like the only 2 I actually played were a lot of the mobile game and a bit of Mario Kart 7. So those 2 games are just my perspective on the franchise. Anyway, let's start with warning. Most of the footage you will be seeing is from the internet, so keep that in mind. Anywho, my first point is the racetracks, and I'm gonna rate them by 4 things. Everyone thing out of 2.5. Anyway, let's start with the graphics. And I'm not much of a graphic expert, but my opinion on them is that I really like how this game looks. It's a perfect mix of cartoony, like in Music Park, and a bit of realism, like in Sunshine Airport. And every stage looks graphically stunning, with perfect lighting, which lends itself to the themes. And they are good and bad, because there's a bit of them that are retreads of each other, like 3 generic grass stages, 3 Bowser stages, 2 grasses, and not 1, not 2, but 3 rainbow roads. No game needs that many rainbow roads. But there's a lot of creativity in them, like an Electrodrome with its disco theming and people dancing and the 80s purple colors, or in Sweet Sweet Canyon with its bright colors and what the name suggests, a lot of sweets in the background. There's even some tracks about other Nintendo franchises like Excite Bike, F-Zero, Zelda, F-Zero. Did I just bring back F-Zero already? And let's not forget the music. It is very catchy, but still with a lot of different genres and feelings, like the relaxed, fast-paced song of Sunshine Airport, or the upbeat song of Sweet Sweet Canyon, or the grand and amazing song of Cloud Top Craze. And the mix of all these 3 trades with futuristic feeling of this game's Rainbow Road. Or heck, there's even stages that are the song itself, like an Electrodrome, or especially on the Music Park. It's my favorite stage in this game. Not only for the music, but also for the level design and gameplay. And my last point is the level design and gameplay. And level design in some stages, it's great. Like the amazing 64's Rainbow Road, or the Adventure's Hyrule Circus, etc. And some have their own little gimmicks, like Multiple Pass in Yoshi's Valley, or the 7 mini hectic rounds of Baby Park. And most of them feel like their own little adventures, going to a slightly slower water section, then going in the air flying, then going anti-gravity. And this gimmick especially, I was scared it was gonna give you motion sickness and be hard to control, but it's genuinely easy and seamless and really fun. But some stages are not as good and don't use any of these gimmicks, or at least don't use them well, like Moomoo's Meadows, or Mario Circus, or the freaking drawing of Yoshi. How long did this take to develop? Like, I'm not saying that these stages are bad per se, they are kinda good, but compared to most stages in this game, they look like jokes. Anyway, the racetracks get a combined 8 out of 10. Almost perfect. But something that most reviewers don't talk about that I wanna touch upon is... Welcome to the annual 69 Cup of 2020, where every race is gonna be in a month. So let's see the contestants. Luigi. Yahoo! Bootleg Red Luigi. Yahoo! Bootleg Purple Luigi. And who is this guy? Is even allowed? Let's go. Oh no, it broke. And my next point is the customization. And because the customization includes the characters and the car parts, I'm gonna rate both things out of 5. Anyway, let's begin with the characters. And they have positives and negatives. The positives are that most characters have their own animations for everything in the races, unlike games like Fortnite or Mario Maker, etc. And they make every character feel unique from each other. And the roster itself is maybe kinda good, because you of course have expected characters like Mario, Luigi, and Bowser, and there's some out there characters that I really like, such as Dry Bowser, Waluigi, and my favorite variety, King Boo. And there's two characters that have different colors, being Yoshi and Shy Guy. Heck, there's even some cool characters from other Nintendo games, like 3 Animal Crossing reps, Inkling Boy and Girl, and my boy Link with his normal and Breath of the Wild costumes. So you would think with all my praise that the characters will get a 5 out of 5. But there's a big glaring issue with them, and that is there's too many clones and wasted slots. For example, Luigi, Daisy, and Rosalina have baby versions for no reason, and for some reason there's a Koopa and a Dry Koopa. And we can't forget the ear-bleeding Miis, with their amiibo costumes being great to absolute garbage. But these are just nitpicks compared to the real problems, being that Mario and Peach don't just have 1 or 2, but 4 clones. Oh, I forgot the newly added Gold Mario being a clone of a clone. But the worst problem is the Koopalings, because you can't just have 1 of them. No, all 7 of them. 7 characters that 90% of people will never use. And my problem with them is, unlike Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, they're not just fun novelties that don't affect too much of the game. No, if you removed all these clones or retreads, that's 40% of the characters, 40% that could have been any of the grand world of Mario, like Diddy Kong or Pauline. Anyway, the characters gets a 2.5 out of 10. And the second part is the vehicles, and I really like them, the way you unlock them over time, and I love that you could change the carts and the wheels and the gliders, and I like the different great looks like combinations you could do with them. Except the Yoshi riding a Yoshi, that's just creepy and should be banned. But something that shouldn't be banned and are my favorite wheels are the like and subscribe buttons that you really should click. And I also love that some carts change colors depending on the characters that you chose. I think that's just a cute little touch. And the different combinations aren't just for looks, they change a bit of how the game is controlled to give a reason to change cards, like having a heavy or a light drift and determining the start speed every time you get hit, etc. And it doesn't feel unfair or bad, it's really great. And yes, you can finally ride on bikes. Anywho, the vehicles gets a 5 out of 5, aka a 7.5 out of 10 for all. But something that I would like to talk about that makes Mario Kart different from any other kart racer are, I guess, welcome to the annual 420 Cup, I think, like a Fire and stuff. But we're here to have a fun second race with the same contestants, and gosh darn it, why you're still here? We told you to leave, whatever. Hey, we're in the lead! Woohoo! What is this, a banana? Do I like throw it or Well, at least I'm in second place. At least it's still working. Ah! Oh, we threw a red shell. Not again. And my third point is the items. And they are the thing that makes Mario Kart different from other kart racers. Because if a kart racer doesn't have them, that means it's a car sim like Forza. And if it has them, that probably either means it's a shameless Mario Kart ripoff with the same items recolored, or it's a good archaic racer but with useless and unimportant items. But Mario Kart is pretty good at it, because its items keeps the gameplay from being stale. hell with you playing the same stages over and over the same way. They make the game more arcade. Like if you're in the top 1 to 4, you get good items like a banana to trip somebody behind you, or green shell to throw it at a perfect angle to hit somebody with, or throw a bomb at the right place so it could explode at the right time, or you can just use them just to defend yourself from these and other items. And that's the best part about the items. They can be used in different ways, and every item has a way not to get hit by. Like if you're in the middle, 4 to 8, it has cool items like the red shell, having to wait for the player in front of you to throw their defending item before auto-targeting them, or the flowers with their multiple throws but being weaker, or the mushrooms giving you a quick speed boost, sometimes even being shortcuts, or the triples being a helpful hectic spin around you. And that's another good thing, that they help players at lows 8 to 12. For example, the piranha plant, eating any banana, player or item in front of it and giving you short speed boost, or the star and gold mushroom making you speed up through the race. The only difference between them is one is invincible and the other one is not. Or the douchebag items, being Boo making you invisible for a short while and stealing some random's item, and the lightning making everybody small but you and anybody who happen to have a star. But there's still some useless items that I really hate, being the infamous blue shell destroying the player in first place even though you're in last place and it doesn't even affect you, and the squid item because it just makes a random player screen have some ink in it that's ineffective even against noobs. And a coin, just a normal coin. Do I need to say more? But these are just nitpicks, because most items are really great, which means this gets a 9 out of 10. But something that's hidden behind a weird paywall is... I guess, welcome to the annual 69 Cup. And I'm only here because of the contract, so let's just get this over with. And dude, this is your last warning, okay? Okay, now I know what to do with items. Let's take 2 Luigis with 1 banana. And a purple Luigi. Oh my gosh, I'm close to the finish line. What is that blue thing behind me? Let's throw a red shell at it. Oh, let's throw a banana. Oh, my coins. I just wanna win at least once. And that paywall is the Nintendo Switch Online, the worst online service of the 3 consoles, but I'm not here to talk about the morality of it. I'm here to talk about Mario Kart 8 online service by its own. Anyway, and my opinion on it is that before I played it, I thought that I will absolutely hate it like I hate other Nintendo games as online, like Smash Ultimate or Super Mario Party, but I really liked it. The connection is great and there's no unfair lag unlike the mobile game. Yes, even if you have bad internet like I do. And you can play not only the normal races but also the newly added battle mode. But my gripe with the online's battle mode is that you can't choose a certain battle mode. You have to hope that you don't get one of the boring ones. And it's just very annoying. But at the least you can choose the stages, and that's a praise, because selecting stages in my opinion is perfect, and I hope all games use this method because it's not too limited like Splatoon 2. In that game you had to play the same 2 stages over and over again, and they only change every 1 to 2 hours, and they are not too open for players like Smash Ultimate. In that game everybody, even in casual play, chose either Battlefield or Final Destination, and it got so old so fast. Guys, there's another 100 plus stages. Please use any of them. For me, it's the perfect mix because it gives the players every time before a race 3 random stages, and you can choose one of them, and if you don't like any of them, you can choose a question mark instead. And the game doesn't choose by the most popular, it chooses by random, so even if you chose a non-popular stage, there's still a chance of being picked. And I love that between races, you can also change characters and cards. chat. But I hate that before and in races you don't have voice chat. And no, this bad mobile excuse that no one uses doesn't count. And the only thing close to it is these generic safe sentences like okay, let's go, bye, etc. These are alright, I guess, except I'm using tel controls. That's peak comedy. Anywho, the online as a whole gets a 6.5 out of 10. But most of what I talked about are in the original Mario Kart 8, but something that's fully new to the Deluxe port is... Well, I didn't find the engine while trying to find all the pieces, so I'll use you guys as the engine, okay? How did it even break our shoes? Well, here goes our last chance. Whatever. Hey, I see the blue thing behind us. I hope it destroys purple Luigi's face. Wait, why did you jump? You don't actually believe that thing will hit us. We're in last place. Wait, why does it have a police hat? And my final point is the newly added battle mode. And because there's 5 modes, I'm gonna read every mode out of 2. But before that, I wanna talk about the stages. And my opinion on them is that I really like all the stages. And they are varied in design and theming. And there's multiple paths in them. Also, my favorite stages from the 3DS games are here, so there's nothing to complain about. Except Lunar Colony. That stage is too big and I can never seem to find other players, but that's a nitpick. Anywho, let's talk about the modes, starting with the classic balloon battle. And the idea of it is that every player starts with 5 balloons. The objective is to pop other players' balloons and get the most points, while trying not to get hit yourself. And if you lose all your balloons, you start again, but with half your points. And I love the item balancing in this. And another mode, cause if you are in the top, depending on points, you have good items like the banana and the green shell to help you continue your streak. And if you are anywhere else, you have really helpful items like the red shell or the triples to get points, and the mushroom star and the less favorable leaf to try to steer other people's balloons if you're low on them. And there's a lot more things you have to think about while playing, like looking in front of you for bananas, trying to touch people if you have the triples, or running away from people who have the triples. And it's really fun and hectic. It gets a 2. Then there's coin runners, and the idea is everybody's collecting coins to get points, and you can hit people to make their coins drop to collect it from them. And it has the same item praise as balloon battle, but my only gripe with it is that every time you get hit, you don't just lose some of your coins, you lose more than half of it. And if you try to collect it back, you will probably get hit, but if you leave it, that's leaving half of your coins. I just see that as annoying and kind of a nitpick. Anyway, it gets a 1.5. Then there's Bomb Blast. Same exact objective as Balloon Battle without any of the fun items or strategy, because you only get one item and it's a bomb. And the throwing controls are like the normal game. They're just random if you're gonna throw it in front or far away from you. And the explosions are too big and too fast that you can't avoid or even see them. It gets a 0. After that, there's what we call in Egypt police and thieves. And some games who have this mode fall into the pitfall of making one of the two teams be more powerful or have an advantage, or even just being more fun than the other one. But here it's done pretty well, with none of the two teams being better than the other one, with you having multiple prisons so the police can't fully guard it and the thieves can just save every prisoner at once, or the items can help the thieves hit the police so they can't catch them for a while, or helping the police to catch up to them quicker. And the maps don't have any places to hide in, so you always have to be on the run. It just makes the game more fun. It gets a 2. After that, there's Shine Thief, aka catch the flag. But here, you have to hit the person then take the flag off the ground. And in this game, it's really bad because all the stages except Battle Course 1 aren't designed around it, are just too big with too many paths that work for other modes. But here, you will either either most likely never even see the flag in the short time, or you will take it for a second, then get hit right away because everyone's around you. Or if you survive that for a second, you will most likely gonna have it for way too long, way too easily. And for me personally, it's just way too stressful. So because the mode is good but the stages aren't designed around it, it gets a 0.5, aka a 6 out of 10 for all. Ouch. Huh. Wait, where did you come from? Huh? A hole from the other side of the world? Is that supposed to be important? Yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, how do we go up the tower? Huh? You sure it feels glitched to me? Yeah, you're right, it doesn't matter. Jump! So, with the Racetracks having an 8 out of 10, the customization a 7.5 out of 10, the items a 9 out of 10, the online a 6.5 out of 10, the battle modes a 6 out of 10, which combined gives us, ouch, a 37 out of 50. So that was my review of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and seeing that we're stuck, I wanna give my final thoughts. And my final thoughts are that I recommend this game to anyone with a Switch, because it's the Mario Kart with the most content and technically the best. It's a great game for less skilled, casual, and really skilled players. It's fun for single and especially multiplayer. And because it's the best-selling Switch game, you will easily find people to play with online. But if you have the Wii U's Mario Kart 8 and still play it, I don't think it's worth buying for you, because it only added a few characters with a functional battle mode. And oh god, I'm fully glitched. What is happening? Well, looks like we're in the glitch round, boys. Boys? Ha 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 ha.